Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousins, welcome back to the crib. Audio MONIE here. Please do me a favor and smash that like button on your way in. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. If you are here for the very first time, consider hitting the subscribe button to become a part of the family. Over here, we get into the mess, the music, entertainment, and the meaning behind it all. And today is no different. We have some things to talk about because this guy just doesn't quit. So as you know, last night, the Clips and Kendrick Lamar lit up Los Angeles on the Let God Sort 'Em Out tour. It was one of those nights you could feel the energy in the room was electric. Legends on stage celebrating hip hop the way that it should be celebrated. And instead of letting that be the moment that people wake up to, Drake did what Drake always does. He tried to make it about himself. Several hours later, he's online flashing Tupac Shakur's original Death Row pendant. And let's not forget, he also owns Pac's Machiavelli crown ring after purchasing it for an undisclosed amount of money. Now, these aren't just pieces of jewelry. These are artifacts, pieces of history. And seeing Drake flaunt them like trophies tells you everything about where he really stands in this culture. And let's be real, Drake is taunting Kendrick Lamar. From the purchase of Pac's ring, bringing up his children and the lawsuit, he is still trolling like a bitch. Ain't you tired? If you remember, Kendrick called Drake out during the pop-out regarding Pac's ring. He straight up told him, "Give me Pac's ring back and I might just give you a little respect."
Yeah, give me Tupac ring back and I might give you a little respect. Remember, hey, top dog.
Kendrick knows Pac's Machiavelli ring and pendant aren't props. They are symbols. And yet, here they are, sitting in Drake's possession. Not in a museum, not preserved for people, but locked away in somebody's safe. And it didn't just happen by chance. These items allegedly moved through insiders like Reggie White Jr. and with Snoop Dogg owning Death Row Records now, while Suge Knight is in prison. It looks really funny how these pieces keep finding their way into Drake's hands. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Pac's ring and pendants don't belong to Drake. They belong in the Universal Hip Hop Museum that's opening in 2026 in the Bronx, the birthplace of hip hop. That museum was founded by pioneers like Curtis Blow, the Grand Wizard Theodore, Joe Conzo Jr., Grandmaster Melly Mel. Their goal is to preserve the culture. That's where artifacts like this should live. And for the foolish claiming, well, if Kendrick didn't want Drake or anyone to have them, he should have bought them himself. No, that's the dumbest take ever. Kendrick doesn't need to buy Pac's jewelry to prove he respects him. He's already honoring Pac in his music, in his interviews, in his performances. That's respect. Buying those pieces just means putting money straight into the hands of vultures who should have had the pieces in the first place. Those items should have never been for sale, period. The fact that they ended up at an auction is the real sellout move, and people like Snoop allowed that to happen. And cousins, this isn't even nothing new. This is the same playbook colonizers ran centuries ago. Look at the British monarchy. They stole diamonds, gold, and artifacts from South Africa and now parade them in their own collection. They didn't preserve history, they flaunted power. Drake is doing the same thing in hip hop, walking around with Pac's rings and pendants like a colonizer. And this shit is nothing but a distraction for Drake. While Kendrick was celebrating with legends, the Clips, Drake is trying to clean up the fact that we all saw him at family court, either with Sophie or another woman. Those headlines started heating up. So what does he do? He pulls out Pac pendants and rings, trying to shift attention away from his courtroom family drama and Kendrick's moment with the Clips. Sit down somewhere, bro. And the people that support this dude and his shenanigans, y'all have an unhealthy and nasty allegiance to losers. To see him flaunt and play with hip-hop history is disturbing and almost racist. And this isn't even the first time, because y'all remember when Drake bought Pharrell Williams and the Neptune's old jewelry collection at auction. And then he got online flexing it like he snatched it off Pharrell's neck, even telling Kendrick and Pusha T, "Come get Pharrell's legacy out of my house." For what, you fucking idiot? You bought them. Pharrell didn't want those pieces anymore. That's why they were at auction. Flexing them doesn't make Drake look powerful. It makes him look goofy, because real power isn't buying artifacts. Real power is living and representing the culture with respect. And he has no respect. And Snoop, I ain't forget about you. We gotta talk. Come to the front of the classroom, Unc, and understand I have air quotes around when I say Unc, because you ain't my uncle. From that Instagram post around tailor-made freestyle to Pac's chain ending up in Drake's hands, I feel like this is your fault. From my eyes, you've been very sneaky. You own Death Row now. Suge is locked up, and yet these pieces keep disappearing into the wrong hands. Instead of protecting Pac's legacy, it feels like you've been selling it off. And according to you, Kendrick isn't answering your calls. I understand why. I wouldn't answer your calls either. From you to Drake to Larry Jackson and Gamma, something fishier than what's in between Sexy Red's legs is going on. Y'all remember when Larry Jackson went on Joe Budden podcast and said Drake was bigger than every artist in the 70s, 80s, and 90s combined? Then Joe pressed him about whether Drake secretly has stake in Gamma Music or percentages in other artists' catalogs, and Larry dodged the question.
Threw out some wild theories regarding Gamma as it pertains to Drake and why people may be so angry at him. But do you think that Drake's deals are a point of contention for his peers?
I can't answer that question. That's not appropriate on my place. I have to definitely display good cultural etiquette.
I mean, look at the roster. French Montana, Rick Ross, who both had issues with Drake, and Sexy Red is also on that roster, who Drake appears to be very, very, very invested in. Nobody understands why he's invested in Sexy Red the way he is, but he's invested in her. And then there's Death Row's partnership. This is all tied to Gamma, allegedly. Snoop Dogg and Sexy Red just did a song together. The math is mathing, allegedly. So when Drake is out here flaunting Pac's pendants, Pac's rings, and Pharrell's jewelry, it's not just about trolling Kendrick and Pusha. It's about business. It's about control. It's about Drake writing himself into legacies that don't belong to him. It's about ego. Kendrick doesn't need to spend money to prove he's of the culture. He is the culture. Meanwhile, Drake is just a tourist with a shopping cart full of relics, thinking it makes him look cool and powerful. But when history is written, he won't be remembered as a guardian of hip-hop. He'll be remembered as the man who tried to purchase his way in, who filed a lawsuit because he got his ass whooped in a rap battle, while Kendrick, the Clips, and the real legends lived it. And Drake, here's the part you should take very seriously. Buying up artifacts and playing with spirits won't save you from reality. Ask Diddy. It can get really bad for you. God bless, though. So, cousins, let me know your thoughts on today's topics. How are we feeling? Before heading out, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check the description for the link to join my Discord. Again, thank you for watching the video all the way through. Y'all be safe, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Later.
Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.